Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Board No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to some future prep for awakened units and the awakening ability, otherwise known as transcendence, when you go from 100 to 110. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. This is going to be a confusing topic, so I'll leave timestamps down below. Here are going to be the awakened units. They are the strongest units in the game. If you haven't seen them yet, these are going to be the units from the tier list. As you can see, Awakened Hilde is going to be at the top. This is going to be Awakened Hilde. Leave links down below, all that stuff. She's going to be one of the strongest defenders in the entire game. Just note that we can technically summon for her in a month from now, if we follow the Taiwanese schedule, which is not set in stone, which we don't really know. Just note that it's going to be coming if we follow this sort of schedule within a month's time frame. So that is going to be awakened units. The next topic we're going to be talking about is going from 100 to 110. Note here it says do not use dupe before reaching level 100. Only use dupe SR and SSR when starting from 100 to 110. If you're wondering what is this document, this is going to be thanks to the people at the Thai counterside server. They're experienced players from KR, TW, and all that stuff. They're going to be holding all the knowledge when it comes to these things, and I feel like their advice is very solid. All right, and also when it comes to this SR characters, feel free to do what you need to do in order to progress within the game. If you are stopping yourself from progression, it's up to you whether you want to use SR dupe. If you can farm for the SR dupes, then it's up to you whether you want to use them. It's really ill-advised to use dupes in general for SR and SSR units. Just note for SSR units in particular, you should definitely 100% save the dupes. Do not use them. So we're going to be covering the awakened units first. Now that we've clarified this is going to be awakened units, this is going to be transcendence or the awakening that's going to take us from 100 to 110. So when it comes to these awakened units, there are going to be a couple of ways to obtain their premium currency. If we actually jump into the game right here, you can actually obtain some of the premium currency currently. So if we go into recruits, this is going to be known as the classified employee contract. If you want to know how to get them, jump into the little bar, go into the shop, and then go into the shoplift, go into the season, and then go here into the third section. You can actually get some. Just note, in order to actually buy these, you're gonna have to have some prerequisites, right? The prerequisites are you buy every single item right here out, you buy every single item right here out, the second row, and then you finally have access to buy these. I don't recommend trying to do this now as there's only 9 days left in the season, or pretty much in the shop reset. Just wait. I'm not sure how this all works. I don't want people trying to buy all these out just so they can try to get these. The only people who can possibly get these employee contracts or these classified employee contracts are probably going to be big, huge whales that can pretty much push in arena. Most of us are probably going to be sitting here and waiting until we can actually save. This is roughly costing us 16,000 to 19,000 gauntlet points. It's going to be very important. All right. So the next thing I'm going to be covering is the KR server right here. Now, what's important is there's a pity right here. All right. So we're going to be jumping back into the document and we're going to be showcasing how these ticket works. What's the pity like? So you can call them black tickets as well. These black tickets will cost 2,750 or 2,750 quartz or diamonds for a pack of 220 tickets. We'll showcase where that is. And note here that the pity is 150 times, but the most important part, pity transfers across banners for awakened unit banners, but not for normal banners. So what does that mean? These awakened banners that we are getting currently in KR, they are going to have their pities transferred. So that is a beautiful thing. And if you look here, you can actually see that the currency is going to be 200 for one multi. It's not going to be 100. So when you get the 220 from the shop, it's gonna be only one multi. So let's go ahead and showcase how we can essentially summon and get these block contracts. So you're gonna jump here into the shop list, and then there's going to be an available section right here closely to like the bottom-ish where you can buy them out either for real money or you can use like this green currency right here. We'll talk about it. This is going to be where you buy it. It's going to cost you 2,750 quartz, and when it comes to this, you can only buy it once a week. So even if you have a bunch of quartz, you're going to be limited on how many you can buy for these classified contracts, or essentially the black tickets. And note here, some people advise, buying the subscription for these guys already so that you can get some premium currency stacked up in order to buy these classified contracts. This green currency can also be used to get skins. I feel like skins are absolutely amazing, but getting these contracts are going to be great as well if you're going to chase like the awakened units. All right. So those are going to be the ways that you can essentially get them. You can buy them from the Gauntlet shop. You can buy them from this shop in particular. you can use your quartz, or you can use this green currency to summon on this particular banner. What I really like about the awakened banners is the fact that the pity carries over in case you can't get the awakened unit that's going to be right up. So that is going to be the awakened system right there. We talked about how to get the tickets. We talked about these units essentially being the strongest in the game. In the tier list, they are all like pretty much number one. So make sure to save your quartz if you can in order to save for summons on these particular characters that might be possibly scheduled to release in a month if we follow the TW schedule. Let's go ahead and cover 100 to 110. These are going to be different ways and how it's going to be worked. So in order to increase your level cap from 100, 15 fusion cores are going to be required, or 3 dupes will be used. 15 fusion cores or 3 dupes. Each dupe is essentially 5 fusion cores. All right. When it comes to this, never ever use your N and R units for fusion cores, as in don't use them with the fusion cores in mind. Use the dupes. 3 dupes is easy to get for N and R units. And it also comes to this, try to save your fusion cores for only SSR characters if possible. That's going to be the recommendation. Let's talk about ways to get these fusion cores. The first way to get the fusion core is by jumping into the crafting section, and note here that the SAPT cores that we are getting to limit break characters currently can be converted into fusion cores. And the next thing is going to be, what is this little blue thing? It's going to be accelerators. You can get them from the business card shop. You can also get them from missions, and you can get them from supply operations. So don't you worry about these accelerators. Just make sure to save your soldier and mech SAPT cores so you can transfer them into these fusion cores. Please do not turn these cores into the red cores. That's going to be an absolute waste, because these fusion cores are essentially dupe characters, which are going to be much harder to get. Let's go ahead and talk about other ways to get these fusion cores in the KR server. If you jump here and then you go into the shop, you check here, this is going to be, you know, the little shop here, and then we're going to be brought here into the normal exchange shop. The first way of getting it is going to be getting it through the Planet Store or the Planet Mall. Please, please, please do not do this. This is going to be used for the operating system. We'll talk about it later. Just save your planet points. This is a future prep video. Might as well cover it, but these operators are going to be essential for your progression. Do not use these planet points currently, all right? Don't be tempted to buy like this SSR, like one character. It's not worth it. Please save them for the operators when they come, whenever it is in C. Now that we've talked about the planet points, let's go ahead and jump into here. These are going to be the fusion cores that you can buy with quartz, all right? I feel like quartz should be saved for the awakened contracts or the black tickets, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you want to use your quartz here, but yes, you can definitely buy 2 of them for 260. You can buy as many as you want for 550. Definitely not recommended, but honestly, save your quartz for the summon contracts that we were talking about earlier in order to get the best units in the entire game. We're talking about these characters. Let's go ahead and jump back into this and talk about how we can get some more fusion cores. If you scroll down to the bottom area, you can get some fusion cores from the consortium, and then you can also get fusion cores with business cards. So these are going to be the ways to get the fusion cores. Business cards, which are essentially just trading our characters into fuel or into the trash section, getting them from the consortium, buying them straight out within like quartz right here. Recommended only 2. Honestly, save for the awakened unit or the awakened currency that we're going to be using. I'm talking about the black tickets. And then eventually, once we jump back over here, you can also get them from craft. So I know we covered a bunch of different topics. Let's go ahead and circle back with everything. First thing being awakened units. Basics being the pity transfers. You can buy 220 tickets or 1 multi with 2,750 quartz. It's going to be very difficult to get these black tickets or the awakened tickets, and you can get them also technically from the gauntlet. So these are like the only ways a free-to-play way can technically get them without spending money, is either via the gauntlet shop or by buying them out with quartz. So ideally you save your quartz for whenever this system appears. Nothing is hard scheduled, but it is predicted somewhat to be a month if we follow the accelerated banner. Next thing we're going to be talking about is going from 100 to 110. Essentially just save your dupes. There's going to be plenty of ways to get fusion cores in the forms of fusion crafting and then buying them out from the stores appropriately. Honestly, I like this part where you can buy them with the business card. At least you can get 1 dupe a week. I think that's the reset for these. You know, feel free to let me know in the comments if that's going to be different different. All in all, when it comes to all these different systems, I think that Counterside is still trying to stay relatively free to play. Just note that you're going to be mindful on how you want to spend your quartz in the future, because this is going to be staring at your face in the very near future, and you don't want to miss out on these awakened units because most of them are also pretty waifu. So anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 20,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Let me know if you have any questions in particular when it comes to either the awakened units or the limit break functionality where we're going from 100 to 110. All that you need to know is save your quartz and save your dupes. That's a TLDR to this video. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day. 20,000 subs giveaway. See you in the next one.